This came in the news only today. Today, for the first time since this war between Russia and Ukraine, we are seeing this news coming only today. What this news is about, it is on the screen. Russia and US, they have agreed to hold talks on the single existing nuclear treaty between the two countries in the near future, State Department spokesperson Ned Price said on Tuesday. Why this is important? Because I said this in the past many times, and a lot of people are now divided. Oh, Russia, good guy, US, bad guy, US, good guy, Russia is this and that and that. And I said to you guys, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. People wake up. The hadith is very clear. فَيَسْتَمِعُونَ لِلْمَلْحَمَةِ They will gather together against you for the malhama. How many times I have to say this? Oh, no, brother, you don't understand. Russia is the good guy. US is the bad guy. Because remember, Russia, Rome, Quran. I'm like, what? Where did you get this from? The Romans who fought against the Muslims. They are all of these Western countries today. These people, they went to different countries. They were not there. For example, in the States, United States, America, the Romans went there. Now it became United States. They went to Russia. Now it became Russia. Before it was Soviet Union. They were before together. They did not have this population, this huge population they have right now. When they fight, they are going to be fighting against the Muslims, against the believers. The hadith is very clear. You can see now, came in the news today, that US, Russia, they are now going back to the treaty. They are going to be talking and trying to avoid any major escalation. I'm not ruling out any war at this point, but what I am ruling out is that, dear brothers and sisters, the non-Muslims, the Romans, eventually they will make peace agreement between them to fight the Muslims. This is what I'm trying to tell you for many times, and you don't believe. Why they do this? Why I'm saying they are the same, we are not like them, is because the Quran, I believe is Surah Hashr, I believe it's like 14th or 16th number verse. Allah mentioned about their characteristic, how they fight. How they fight. Allah said in the Quran, they will not fight you unless from behind the walls and the fortress. They are not like us. Our struggle is to establish justice for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. We don't fight people because we fear they will attack us, so let's go and preempt them. That can be possible if there is an imminent threat. Yeah, this is militarily possible. It is allowed, it is permissible in Islam to preempt someone, your enemy. That is okay. The Prophet, he did it. But the point here is that for countries who create this panic environment, very toxic environment, very fearful environment for its citizen in order to justify their illegal war on other nations. So the Quran says they will not fight you unless they are from behind their walls. But we Muslims will fight them if we have to establish justice, hukum of Allah Azza wa Jal, right? This is very simple and clear. But I'm not calling you to go and fight. I'm not saying that, because you and I, we cannot do this unless we have a legitimate reason, and that we have a leader, and then we have established system, and that at the end of time, the fitna is there. We have no choice but to fight. That is the only exception. And there are many other things we have to take into consideration too. So we talk about the coming of the Mahdi 2023. Now let's jump to this other topic. And I have seen a lot of people are actually searching. Whoa, brother, tell me about the Mahdi, coming of the arrival of the coming of the Mahdi 2023. Is it correct? What is going to happen 2023? Lausanne Pact Treaty that was made with Turkey during the World War II. Oh, it has come to expire, or it will reach to its 100 years in 2023. So that means Turkey will be free to fight. And so the Malhama is going to take place. Turkey, Erdogan is going to go march towards Greece and other countries, and we will see the Malhama taking place because of the Lausanne Treaty will expire. This is not how it works. 2023, if Allah wants to send the Mahdi, it will happen. And he will create the environment for it. Just like the Battle of Badr took place, the Prophet ﷺ, the companions, the Sahaba, they did not intend to fight in the beginning, but it was Allah who made them fight. The Quraysh came to them, and they went to the Quraysh. Now, we talk about Imran Hossein. I want to make a few comments here. Imran Hossein, he talks about the Great War, and he is a big fan of Russia, Putin. And I totally disagree with him on many issues, and this is one of them. We, as I said in the beginning, we do not support any of these countries. We support ourselves. We support the believers. We work on how we can make ourselves strong so that the enemy will fear us, and that we can, inshallah, establish justice on land and welcome the Mahdi. That is another point. And then we also talk about other topics, the coming of Dajjal, Ya'juj and Ma'juj. And I say to you guys, do not jump the gun. All right, do not jump the gun. You are not still there. People already talk about Euphrates River drying up. Well, the mountain of gold is being revealed. Yushikul Furat ayyahtir an kandin min dahab. The hadith said, Yushikul Furat River will dry up and they will have mountains. So people are now, looking at the river. They have I don't know, maybe a camera or something. They take pictures and they show, oh, the mountain is drying up. We should not be jumping the gun. Rather, what we should be focusing on at the moment is the Malhama and the signs for it. Russia, it is possible, as I said, we cannot rule out WW3, and we should not. In fact, it is actually becoming more likely that the Muslims will be fighting with some non-Muslim against non-Muslim, because China is not going to sit and relax and watch how things will unfold. China is going to do something. Right now, the reason for that is because Chinese economy will stagnate in 2030. So instead of taking over the US economy and becoming the number one economy, Chinese economy will hit a plateau. They will not grow anymore. The other option China has right now, attack Taiwan or provoke Taiwan to attack them or do something silly, not attacking China, but do something silly, and then China will have an excuse or create an excuse to invade Taiwan and ultimately wage war on US's military presence in Asia and in perhaps some other countries in Africa. We do not know what China will plan, but definitely this is something that would lead us to the WW3. So the only time, in my point of view, Allahu A'lam, the WW3 will take place because of China, not because of the Romans. They fight each other and they have WW3. Forget about that. The only reason there will be WW3 is because China is not part of the Romans. China did not come from the Romans. Okay, they will have their excuse, their reason to fight WW3 in order to knock out US from number one position from the world superpower. Right now they are the superpower, and that would lead to WW3. And then we might see coming of the Mahdi taking place, and all of that will happen after WW3. It is not before that, the Great War that we talk about. So if you want to really be focused on, don't support Russia, don't support US, don't support anybody. Just watch what China is doing, especially its relationship with Taiwan and US. And then you will know. Because as you can see on the screen, US, Russia, they have agreed to hold talks. They're going to hold talk all the time. Now you might argue, well, what will happen if Chinese are under attack? Would Russia not side with them? We'll see. We'll see. You know, the moment Russia will realize that China and their economy cannot grow after 2030 or 2040, whatever time they're predicting, Russia is going to switch side. It happens in the past and it will happen again. They are going to go with US, with the Western countries. They will shake their hands and they will say, oh, let's go and fight China. And of course we know this whole nation, the Western countries, all of them will fight Turkey. There is no doubt about that. Turkey will be the first country to be under attack. And Turkey can be attacked from many different sides. Greece is waiting for it. Remember the dispute they have with this Ireland? They have problem with France. Turkey, I mean, nobody likes Erdogan because he talks too much. Today, I have seen in the news, Israel, they wanted a recognition from Turkey on Palestine issue. Turkey did not give that recognition. Now you can say, oh, yeah, Turkey is going against Israel in this, but look, they are doing a lot of business. They have trade deals with Israel. Well, brothers and sisters, if you do not do business with Israel, your economy is completely gone. And you know why? Because US will put sanctions on you. You become a completely isolated country. You will not be able to do any business with anybody. If you do not do business with Israel, mark my word, your economy is gone. You have to have good trade relationship with Israel. Because if you do not do business with Israel, they consider you to be anti-Semite. They consider you to be somebody who is an open enemy of Israel. And today's time, you cannot afford that because Israel is very, very powerful. And we know US can put a lot of sanctions and can destroy your economy. It's not a big deal for them. Even Russia will support them in that case. Look at what Russia and Israel is doing in Syria. Both of them are in Syria. What they're doing there? They're buddies. They're good friends. You know, every time there is a airstrike taking place in Syria, they ask Putin, hey Putin, we are gonna do this. Putin was like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Who is paying the price is the Muslim. So they are all buddies. Everybody will support. So Turkey cannot afford to go against Israel. No single country. Even Saudi Arabia, they support Israel, covertly. They do not do it outwardly, but from behind the scenes, behind closed doors, they have very good relationship. Dear brothers and sisters, we are seeing some very, very interesting developments taking place. And I hope that I'm clear with my statement. If you have any question, you can always let me know. I have a few comments. Saif, brother Saif, Nusrat Said, Saif, Fahim Ali, Saif, brothers Jamal Hossein. Jazakallah khair, brothers. I have confusing question. Whose are the black people question? Think there are some mystery hidden about black ethnicity. I have confusing question. Whose are the black people? I'm not sure, brother, about the question. You can let me know in the comment section below. If you're asking about what part the blacks will play during the end of time, it is very clear. They will be either with the Muslims, because we have black Muslims in the past, Bilal ibn Rabah and some of the Sahaba, they were people of color. They were black. So it all depends which side they will choose. Eventually they will have to pick a side, and it also depends which religion they are upon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.